Hello, world.
Hi, we got outside.
Ooh, I gotta take these off. That'll look good for you people.
I know, right? So we're gonna walk up the hill and talk about the city cemetery. If you have questions, let me know. Amy will probably throw in some of her own. She hasn't been out here in a while.
For those who don't know us, this is Christa McCay, our collections manager. I'm Amy Reed, curator at the museum. And we decided to get out of the office because, yes, we are still working. But we miss everybody, all our visitors and our volunteers and everybody. So we wanted to try to do this to connect and just to get outside for those who can't and answer your questions. Christa has given amazing tours of the city cemetery for 6 years now.
Yeah, this will be my 6th year, yeah.
And they're always very popular. So we're going to do kind of a version of that while we're here. And we're going to wait a minute while we walk up the hill. I'm going to turn it around. You're going to walk with us and let people get on.
All right, say real quick, when we turn you around, what you're going to be seeing first is the Confederate Cemetery.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but we're going to walk to the other side of the Confederate Cemetery and enter the city cemetery. Yep. Okay. All right, let's go. Here we go.
We got some of the trees blooming, so it's pretty.
Oh yeah, look at that over there.
Some of the daffodils are blooming too.
They are. As we're walking up the hill, what is this memorial right here?
That is the memorial that came in the early 19 teens to kind of commemorate the Confederate dead, and when we get up there, you guys can read the sign. And then the cannon is a GMI cannon.
Oh,
so
GMI cannon. We were going to have an evening with history discussing the GMI cannons because there are some that are still missing, and we're going to reschedule that for a later date, so keep your eye out for that, people. This is one of the cannons that we do know where it is.
So yeah, if you look right here, you can see what the monument is for. It's for the Confederate dead from the Kennesaw chapter of the UDC in 1908. Sometimes people post pictures of all these cute little girls with big bows in their hair standing right by this when they dedicated it in 1908.
It's a great view from up here too. Look at this. You can see the courthouse way down there, and yeah, real pretty sight. Can you see the mountain?
When we go up a little bit farther, we'll be
maybe.
a little bit better.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Okay, so there's a paved walkway that kind of separates the Confederate from the city cemetery, so that's the difference. A lot of people feel like it's one big cemetery, and it is, but there's different dates that the cemeteries were established. So we'll make a way right here. So now we're in the city cemetery. This is the older section, and we'll walk over to the first grave in a little bit, but you'll see some markers that the city has put up in the past, including the one for the slave lot. While this cemetery is a integrated cemetery, originally they did have a section just for slaves pre-Civil War. Post-Civil War, we see the integration. We're hoping to get some cleaning work done on here. You can see it's starting to come off, but Parks and Rec, they're going to be working on that in a little bit. We also have, if you look way over to the side, SV Sanford. If we have any Bulldog fans, alumni, Sanford Stadium is named after Stedman Vincent Sanford. He is not buried between the hedges. He is buried here in Marietta. So you can see that one right there. Hopefully, too, that we'll get a tombstone cleaning day out here, but as of right now.
So when we do that, all you UGA fans, we expect you out here with your I guess
your
not
red
tools.
You can have your red and black on, and we'll have the tools ready for you. But with our cemetery here, we have a great bunch of people that help maintain it. First off, the grounds crew at Parks and Rec. Thank them when they're out here, because this is not a one-day job. It's a multi-day job. And whenever I ask for their help, they are way quick to respond and to get the grass cut and do all that fun stuff. And then, if you notice, we have all these wonderful trees. We lost some a couple years ago.
I was going to say, can we go look over here? Because you know me, and I love digging in the dirt.
This one might have, it's either this one or the other big one that might actually have
I've sat up here just digging around for like 20 minutes.
This one does. I'll get in. This one has
Oh wait, where am I going?
It's got a marker.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So this one's got a
Look at
marker
that.
right here. And don't know what it says. Could have been to mark off somebody's plot, but it's probably not somebody who's buried.
I mean, look at how big this tree is, y'all. I'm gonna back up. She's standing in the middle of it, and it grew around that marker. So cool.
And then there's another broken piece here that I've not noticed before, so I'll have to ask about that one.
A what?
Broken.
Oh, a broken piece.
I don't know
Oh,
where that came from.
yeah.
We'll have to figure that one out.
Okay.
So yeah, these came down in the big snowstorm a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily we didn't lose a whole lot of trees, but we did lose a couple of big ones. And if you're ever curious, let me get out of here. Ooh, curious about some of our new trees, this is Marietta Tree Keepers putting in new trees for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the older trees, we'll see if we can find one on that one. They've got silver discs on them. And those silver discs, let's see if we can find this place. If not, we'll find, oh, I wonder if it came off. We'll find them.
Yeah.
But the silver discs, you can go on mariettaga.gov, see the cemetery online.
I see one.
Oh, okay. Cemetery online, which the GIS department, shout out to them, went and took pictures of all the tombstones, mapped them out so you can go and find them online, see where everybody's at. And then all the trees have metal discs on them that you can do another map that identifies the type of trees. So, 'cause I'm not a tree person, I'm a
Look at
tombstone
this
person.
pretty wreath up here.
Yeah,
Oh, I wonder who that's for. Who got a wreath? Beautiful. Sort of.
Oh, okay. So this is Thomas Waterman. So if you know where Waterman Street is, or
yeah.
Waterman Street School, this is his family. It's not named after him. It's actually named after his mama. Yes. I love it when ladies get stuff named after them. Big street and school. But, so yeah, he's got one, and it says age 37 years.
What year did he die?
Looks like 1860. It's either 57 or 67.
I think it was 6. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 6.
6. Wow. Cool.
So we're actually going to walk over to the first grave because I know a lot of people are always curious about that.
Okay.
And it's actually going to be right where the wrought iron railing is.
If at any point this camera goes down, just know it's because I've tripped over a headstone while I'm trying to work the camera.
No.
But I promise I'll get back up.
I'll save the camera first. She can get herself up. So there's no real rhyme or reason to how the plots were laid out in the beginning. We're going to cut right through.
Oh boy, this is going to be fun.
Oh, it's not so bad. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're not holding the camera.
So the founder's lot is this one right here. The first burial is for William.
Is this it right here?
Capers Gabriel Harris, who died in 1831. Now, okay, everybody, I'm going to throw out a history mystery for you. And if anybody can help me solve it, I'll appreciate it. Young William dies in 1831. Cobb County is not founded until 1832. Land lotteries happened in 1833, and Marietta is founded in 1834. So if he was buried here, and his parents didn't get the land at that point, I'm trying to figure it out. How does that work? Like, did his parents buy the land from the person who got this lot? Was he buried somewhere else, exhumed and moved over here? Because the second burial that is known in this cemetery is not till 1835, 1836. I'm pretty sure people died between those two times, so I'm not trying to figure that one out still. I would not be surprised if he was exhumed from one location and brought over here when the family acquired this property. But so all these tombs that you're seeing, the person is not actually buried right here. They are buried down in the ground. The idea is to reflect sort of a bed, your final resting place, and that's why you'll see some of them that look like beds as well, with like a headboard and a footboard. That's the idea, is your final resting place.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna actually actually walk over to my favorite tombstone. Yes, I have a favorite in this whole cemetery. And it's just over here.
Is it same as my favorite?
I probably not.
You know which one's my favorite?
Which one's your favorite?
The one I want to go inside.
Oh, the vault? Yeah, I know. It's going to happen anytime soon.
Oh, we have a question while we're walking.
Okay, go ahead.
Kim Cole wants to know who owned this land in 1831 and before.
The land was not owned by anybody outside of the Cherokees, the Native Americans, pre-1831. When they started to do the land lotteries in 1832, the original purchaser of the 40 acres that encompasses this cemetery, the cemetery is smaller than 40 acres, was actually a woman. I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but she never lived here. So this is actually my favorite tombstone. It looks like wood, it's cut like wood logs, but it is made out of stone. And this is Charlie Campbell's. He actually passed away from influenza. So, oh no, I'm sorry, he was not influenza, he was tuberculosis. Yeah. So, but this, what the symbol of this is the cutting down or the chopping, the ending of someone's life quickly or too soon. So that's why you see, sometimes you'll see some with wood like this. Other times it'll be an organization called the United Woodworkers, International Woodworkers, but that's not this. This one's a little bit before that. We do have a woodworkers one, but it's over in the newer section, which I'll point out to you today, but we're not going to go over because if you haven't been here before, this cemetery's really big. And, oh, I want to make sure you understand this. We love our friends at Oakland Cemetery, but we're older. So that means we're back.
Slam.
We're back. So, Amy said her favorite is the McLeod Vault, which we'll go to in a minute. But I wanted to show you this one. This one's what I'm talking about when I say a bed. So, Julia Louise Pilgrim, she's got this, Pilgrim Owen, she's got this nice bed, and that would be your final, your eternal resting place. So we're going to make our way over so Amy can go see her vault, and I'll tell you what's inside the vault.
One day, Krista.
It's going to happen, right?
It's going to happen. I'm going to get inside it. But hopefully I'll be alive when I do. Let's clarify that.
Yeah, you should clarify.
Also though, I do want to put it out there that I would love to have a mausoleum or a huge monument in my honor. So, you know, if the city or anybody wants to put it up for me.
There's lots of great examples and ideas in this cemetery. So this is the only real mausoleum vault per se, and it is made out of brick, which is similar to the styles that you see along the coast. The people that are in this vault came from the coast, so you can see they've got a sign. You can see where the opening is, which is right here. The last time somebody was in there was in the late 80s, early 90s.
So we're due.
Yeah, right. Need a cleaning.
Yeah.
So if we took out the bricks, it goes down somewhere around 5 to 6 feet. There are metal caskets in there, which is not uncommon for the time of the 1850s and 60s because, one, the whole idea of longevity, being able to potentially wait till somebody is put in, much better to have a metal coffin, and also the whole trying something new. You would see coffins made out of metal, copper, I've read rubber, which that seems really strange. I don't know about that. But it's metal coffins, similar shape to what you would see with a classic pine coffin in the movies, but they have metal oblong base plates, and if you lift the metal up, there is glass there. And what I was told is that there's 5 or 6 in there, and 2 of them are children, and I think it's 6, so 2 children, 4 adults. The people that were in there last did not open the face plates for the children, which I appreciate. I don't want to know the answer of what that looked like. But the 4 adults, one was cracked, so they couldn't see anything. One was cobwebs, they couldn't see anything. I think one was a skeleton, and one they could see, and you could see the face. So kind of a variety of things.
And now y'all know why I want to go in.
I know, yeah. Amy's all about that. But while we're
sister says hi.
Oh,
Bethany.
Hi, Bethany. So, yeah, if you're not familiar, again, with the layout, we have this road right here, this main middle road that's going to come through. Everything on the other side of the road is the quote-unquote new section. The new section was part of Glover property, oftentimes referred to as Glover's Grove, and they started selling plots for that newer section around 1900, 1902, and so a lot of people who had sections here in the older part sold their plots here and moved, bought plots in the newer section. That didn't move, but when they died, they were buried over the newer one, and the newer one's got much more of that classic grid-like pattern, whereas this is much more free-flowing and formed. So you'll also see a lot of empty space. That does not mean that that land is available for burial, because the city cemetery is full. That means we had a potter's field, so those who were too poor to afford the ability to buy a plot would be buried there. And also, you might be able to see it through the trees. That area is called the bogs. It's very wet down there, so that's really not a great place to bury anybody anyway. So there's not people down there. I have gone through that area thinking it was dry, and it clearly was not.
I can see the water down there right now.
You really
Yeah.
can. The drainage is not great down
Yeah.
Who do we have over here? Let me see who we got.
Jan said if you lived over there, you'd have quiet neighbors.
I would have quiet neighbors. I mean, they got front porches facing the cemetery. That's where I want to be. But we got all of this, and this is, if you're not familiar, is Powder Spring Street. And that's really what started my interest. I used to drive down Powder Spring Street every single day. And I'm like, I need to know about these people in the cemetery. I don't drive down it anymore because I moved, but I still know where my people are at. They don't move, if you're curious.
That's right.
And I can find them every single time.
Yeah.
So we're going to make our way kind of back up the route we went to. I want to point out a couple more people that you guys may have heard of. Give a shout out to a couple of organizations that I know are closed right now for business, but have a tie to this cemetery as well. See look at all these. We got Irwin's. A lot of the streets around Marietta get their name from these people. There's Irwin's, there's Dobbs, there's Northcutt's, if you've heard of Northcutt Stadium. Many of their ancestors are buried here. We've got my personal favorite, the Graves. Don't confuse them with the Groves, though, because there are Groves graves and Graves graves. If you live over maybe on Manger, we're going to pass the Mangers. It's not Manguet, okay? By the way, it's Manger. It's French, and I'll tell you a little bit about them in just a second. They're going to be right over here by this tree.
Jack Shields says, where's Sanford's grave? And Jack, you're going to have to go back and rewatch the video because that was one of our first stops.
Yeah, sorry you were late to the show.
Sorry.
Right over here.
We ain't walking back over there right now.
Well, we will, but we'll probably be done by then. So, here's the tree. Mangers. I know, it came right out at me. So, there's another one of the markers right here.
Uh-huh.
The Demangers came from France. The father, Victor
It's
H.
not Manguet?
It's not Manguet.
Okay.
Father Victor taught at GMI. When he passed away, son Victor, that's a lot of times, I know anybody who does genealogy, they get mad at their ancestors for naming everybody the same name. Also taught at GMI. One of the, over here, Fred Manger was a missionary to China for, 1909 to 1945, okay? So this family has and then the daughter was born in China. This family has huge international connections coming all back to Marietta too. So, I know there's a lot of them.
A lot of Mangers.
Lots of Mangers.
Can't even read some of them.
Yep, that's why we need to have a tombstone cleaning day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Christa, you know the question was coming.
Where is she?
Where is she?
All right.
Wait. For those who can't read the comments, I guess you guys all can read the
They
comments.
should be able to.
Where's Mary Fagan?
All right. We will not be going over there because she is buried in the new section, but I will point
Way over there.
When we walk a little bit farther over, I'll give you a better idea. If you can find the clay monument over in that far section, it's the tallest obelisk in the cemetery. She is within sight distance of that obelisk, almost along the fence line. If you're coming in from the entrance over on West Atlanta towards Brown Park, she's the third side road to the left, and she's all the way down. I have done a tour with her, but I actually talked more about her mother and her sister and her brothers and what happened to them after her death, because again, we know that story. I wanted to know what their life was like later, so I kind of explored that. If you're interested in asking me more questions about that, I'm more than happy, but I'm not going to speculate who did it and all that kind of stuff. Well, that's a pretty shot with the...
Yeah, it's beautiful. Jack's on a roll. He said,
Right,
did I miss Governor Brown's grave too?
Governor Brown's not buried here.
No, he's at Oakland, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ha!
I mean, okay, sure they have him, but...
5 points for me.
Yeah.
I don't give the tours, but I knew that.
So we're going to head right over here. Oh, this I'll leave till last. But right here is the marker for William Root. If you have not been to the Root House and seen their new visitor center, their new interpretation, Amy and I got a chance to do it in January. When they reopen, please go back and go and see it. It is amazing. Trevor and the Cobb Landmarks crew have done an awesome job. So give them a shout out. Make sure to check their website out too. They got Cobb Landmarks and the Root House website. But this is where he is buried, and one of the very interesting things about it is his stone, when he passed, he actually wasn't in the best financial situation, and so a lot of the residents around Marietta raised the money to have this stone put up for him after his death. He was one of the earliest, if not the first, pharmacists in Marietta, having kind of come from Pennsylvania to Augusta, learned his trade, and then came over. So again, our friends at the Root House, their website has got more on it, but this was definitely a community effort when it came to this tombstone. His wife Hannah is buried next to him, and then we've got some other Simpson, which is her family members, buried here as well. If you guys can see maybe straight back, you might see a tombstone that looks different from everybody else's. That is because it is made of a completely different material than any other tombstone here. And you can see them in other cemeteries, but it is the grave of Aj Hansel. If you're familiar with the house Tranquilla, that was his house. So let me give it a good knock. It is made out of metal. It's what is called...
Say what?
It's what is called white bronze. So it's not actually bronze, and it was a marketing tool. And so it would have had inside, well, don't look in there right now because somebody threw trash in there.
Oh.
Parks, grounds people, you might have to handle that. But what it would have had is glass panels or some other sort of panel with an eternal flame. But there's no gas line that I'm aware of attached to it, so it would have been some sort of candle that they would try
I hope we don't find out the hard way sometime that there is a gas line under there.
Hope not. I really hope not. But if you guys can see, look, this just how expansive this cemetery is. Yeah. I mean, we didn't even get towards the bottom or the sides closest to West Atlanta. We
Sorry if I'm going too
over
fast.
into the new section. But if you guys like this, I mean, Amy and I will struggle to come back out and do this again. It'll be rough.
I know.
But we'll do it. I mean, for you guys, we'll do it. Especially on a day like today.
There was a couple of questions about ghosts and if there's ghost tours, and I have an answer.
Go ahead.
We have tried to get the ghosts to come out during Christa's tour so we could promote it as a ghost tour, but they are uncooperative at the moment. So, you know, maybe...
Our friends at Ghosts of Marietta are
Yes.
hoping to do a tour, a ghost-based tour in the cemetery, but there's obviously logistics involved because, as Amy said, this is not all paved. It's not very even. So we just want to make sure when they come out and do it that it's safe for everybody. So hopefully within the fall that they will be able to do it. So yeah, the Ghosts of Marietta for sure. And then also the amount of stuff that's been left in here during my day tours. I don't need to deal with ghosts. Somebody left a dog. Had to get animal control.
Sad.
Somebody has left chocolates and perfume by a grave.
I'll take that.
I took the chocolates. They wanted
Bring me the perfume, girl.
Somebody left beach towels, vinyl records. If you saw the pictures in the post about eggplants, that
Yes.
is more of a Santeria, giving of the gods kind of thing. But people leave some weird stuff in the cemetery, and I don't know why they choose where they choose to leave them. But yeah, that's what they do. So.
To
All
each
right.
their own.
To each their own, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to head back because we're cleaning, by the way. So, hi.
Yes, the rest of our days currently are spent cleaning our galleries and our offices and all kinds of stuff so that when you guys do come back, when we open back up, it's going to be so fresh and so clean.
So,
and
keep following us on Facebook.
Yes.
If you don't follow us on Instagram, follow us again on Instagram. We're at Marietta Museum.
Mhm.
Website is mariettahistory.org. And then hopefully the minute we open back up, not only will our website, Facebook and everything, but the city's website too, which is mariettaga.gov. We'll have all that and we'll be open, fingers crossed, really, really soon.
And we are going to do more of these,
Yes.
so keep an eye out. Hopefully multiple times while we're closed. Not just at the cemetery, we're going to go to some other places around town too.
If you have a suggestion, a thought, let us know. If we cannot go there, if we could talk about it in the museum, we'll do that too.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Thanks for watching,
Bye,
and
guys.
share this. Share it so everybody
share.
can see it. Thanks. Bye.